Welcome to page 5 of Accel packet number 4. On this page, we're going to be calculating some unit rates. Our I can statement is, given a ratio, I can calculate a unit rate. Remember, a unit rate is the amount per 1 unit. And this amount is usually found by dividing the given ratio. Let's take a look at the units we've been given in number 1. It says, find the following unit rates. As we tackle some of these problems, you will see that there are some complex fractions that will have to be dealt with. But let's take a look at number 1. For number 1, we're given 7 miles in 2 hours. For the unit rate, we need to find how many miles per 1 hour. Let's set up a ratio. We know miles should go on top, 7 miles, and hours on the bottom. Please write this down and take notes. You're also going to need your calculator to divide 7 by 2. Now, grab your calculator and punch in 7 divided by 2. The 7 must go in first. You should get 3.5. But that's not the answer until we add labels. It means you travel 3.5 miles in 1 hour. That's the unit rate written as a ratio. In a linear fashion, using the word per, you would write 3.5 miles per 1 hour. Let's move on to number 2. In number 2, it states 3 3/4 hours in 15 days. We know hours goes on top, and we want to find out how many hours in 1 day. Well, set up a ratio. With hours on top, 3 3/4 hours on top, and 15 days on the bottom, we're going to divide. You can use your ABC key and punch in the mixed number 3 3/4. If you don't like that idea, or you don't know how to use your ABC key, we can write the decimal equivalent to 3/4 and substitute that in. It would look like this. 3 point, we know 3/4 is equal to 0.75 hours per, and it's still 15 days. Grab your calculator and punch in 3.75 divided by 15. Pause the video, and when you're ready, turn the video back on. You should have gotten 0.25. 0.25 is really 1/4 of an hour. So, written in a linear fashion with per, you would write 0.25 hours per 1 day. Let's continue. Let's look at 3, 4, and 5. For number 3, we need to figure out the unit rate miles per 1 hour. We've been given 4.5 miles, miles should go on top, per 9 hours. Well, you can use your ABC key to do this division, 4.5 divided by 9, or we know that 1/2 is equivalent to, right, 4.5 miles divided by 9 hours. Take a moment and punch that into your calculator. Make sure you punch in 4.5 first, divided by 9. Pause the video, and when you're ready, turn the video back on. You should have gotten a value of 0.5. But remember, we need the labels. 0.5 miles per 1 hour, or basically half a mile per hour. Let's write it on the line. Half a mile per 1 hour. Now you're going to complete the next two on your own. When you're ready, turn the video back on. In number 4, it should be miles per 1 minute. So set that up off to the side. How many miles can be covered in 1 minute? And then for number 5, how many gallons, let's say of gasoline, per 1 hour? So gallons per 1 hour. Set up the ratios. 2.7 miles per 9 minutes. And then you'll divide. And for number 5, 3.9 gallons used in 6 hours. You'll divide and come up with the unit rate. When you're done, write your unit rates on the lines that have been given in a linear fashion. Make sure you use the per. Pause your video, and when you're ready, turn your video back on to check your work. For number 4, you should have gotten the value 0.3. And for number 5, you should have gotten 0.65. But remember, we need to label each of these and write them in a linear fashion. For number 4, you should write 0.3 miles per 1 minute. That's about 1/3 of a mile. And for number 5, let's write it with its labels. 0.65, that's a little over a half, gallons per 1 hour. This concludes page 5 of Accel packet number 4.